that sound okay?
Do I need a mic?
You definitely will. Take a couple months off and this is what happens.
I'm like, my mic is all the way over here. Like, something feels weird.
Mic check. Check.
Shut up.
I can't keep this all to myself. I got all you need and I'm sharing the wealth. Talking it up. Who should I tell? Like, blah, 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 blah. I can't keep this all to myself.
What's up, everybody? My name's Jaysin.
I'm Hilda.
Together, we are EO7 Media, and this is the Pitch Session. On weeks that we don't dive into a brand and pitch ideas for a brand, we like to look at previously done marketing that we think actually works really well. This week, we're going to be talking about CEOs or founders or the bigwigs of a company being the spokesperson for the marketing. I'm really excited about this. And this is a topic that you and I have talked about before, but it's near and dear to our hearts because literally it's like two of our favorite commercials and they both deal with it the same way.
Except my guy's naked.
My guy is not naked. What we're going to be talking about is the CEO or the bigwig, the dog in charge of the company, being the front facing and being the face of the company. So what we're going to show you is Hilda is going to show one of her favorite examples of a CEO and like why it works. We're going to discuss why it works. I'm going to show you mine. Quite literally, the reason I got into marketing to begin with was because of this commercial. I'm very excited about that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we're going to show you another example of a CEO or a big dog. I keep saying big dog, but
not a big dog.
I don't know if he's the CEO or not. That's why I want to say that. Like a person in charge.
He presents himself as the CEO.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And then we're going to show you an example of someone, a CEO, who's using this formula less productively.
That's such a kind way of saying that.
And we're going to show you why it doesn't work. I'm going to jump in with mine first, and we're going to watch it right here. They aired this commercial or online, and it blew up.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door.
Well, first off, we can't show you the whole thing because, you know, that's copyright infringement. We are introduced to the CEO right at the beginning, right? We know who he is. He says who he is. He says what the company is. And he says immediately what they do.
Yeah. He
just did an elevator pitch in the very beginning of the commercial. I know exactly what I'm getting into here. And I like that because I'm not wondering and waiting to be told what this is.
You know it's about shaving.
I know it's about shaving. I know it's coming to my door. I know it's a subscription service. And I know he's the owner. It's
That's it.
It's everything.
If you're not interested at this point, you're already gone.
But you automatically know what they do. And that's cool. How that's like 4 or 5 seconds in. That's a no-brainer. That's amazing. And that's a great way to start this, which we're going to get back into yours. There's a theme. Okay. Let's continue.
Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great.
Okay, the fact that he swore, like, he has me right there. You know, it's like, are they any good? No, they're f***ing great. I'm like, right there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like.
And I like that he said no. Are they good? No. You're immediately caught off guard.
Like, what do you mean? Like, that's a negative. You shouldn't be talking negatively about your brand, but then there's the spin.
That makes us more endearing to them because now, not only do we know what they do, we know what kind of business they are, what kind of personality this business is.
Yes.
They're the kind of business that I want to go, I want to have a drink with you.
Yeah, like it's no nonsense, no bull. You know, it's like, this is who I am.
Right.
Like it or don't. I don't care.
Yeah, like we got to do, and people are going to be buying it. So whatever. We got
like it or move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also funny.
Yes.
And funny mixed with value, education, whatever it is. Funny is memorable. When you can be funny.
But it's not funny, ha-ha,
no,
like you're not waiting for a punchline and you're going to fall down laughing.
Right.
You know, it's like, it's entertaining funny. It's intriguing funny. It's like, tell me more funny.
And it's clever funny.
Yes.
Because you're subverting my expectations. Most of the time when we watch a commercial or any kind of marketing, we're being sold to.
Yes, this doesn't feel like it.
And it doesn't feel like it.
No.
It literally feels like someone that you know is wanting to be your buddy.
Like, I'm not going to be a client for Dollar Shave Club, but I will watch this commercial and laugh my ass off because it's that entertaining.
I mean, and I've gone on record before is like, I don't shave. I use a buzzer. Like even for my head, I use a buzzer. So would I go through them? No, but I'm going to tell everyone about them because of my connection with them. But let's continue.
I've heard more about Dollar Shave Club from you than anybody else. Yeah.
All right.
Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, the fact that he's walking by a toddler, and then mentions Roger Federer and like he ends up with a tennis racket. And I'm like, wait, where's Roger Federer? Because like you're expecting him to pop up.
What he's doing here is he's flat out telling you the facts.
Yeah.
And something we like to say all the time is facts tell, stories sell. Okay. The more you talk about the facts, which we'll get into in a little bit with our third option, the more facts you have, the less I give a shit about your product.
Right.
I don't care what the facts are. Is it going to do what it does for me? So it says, yes, even a baby could use it. And then you show the child using it.
And you know that the child's not going to use it, but it's funny.
But it's funny because now it's a story. Now it's a visual story that we're going down. I was just going to
say, it's like, if you didn't have my attention till now the fact that I'm like, oh, there's a baby in this commercial? Like what?
For no reason other than the CSA factor.
Yes.
Okay? And then immediately you are disproving what everyone says about all advertising. The Super Bowl this year, how many commercials had celebrities in it?
A lot.
I would say the grand majority.
Yes.
Grand majority.
Yes.
How many of those were good?
Not very many.
Maybe one, maybe two.
I couldn't even tell you.
I mean, even the one that I kind of like giggled at, I felt bad, ashamed that I giggled, not because I thought it was funny, but because I was so dumb that I'm like, oh, you're not. It was cringy. It was oh, you're not in on the joke. You don't think this is bad. You think this is actually kind of clever. And that's the problem.
Oh, boy.
So having celebrity endorsements can either push you over the top with some people or really put a giant damper on your brand. And what he's saying here is the money isn't going toward
a big celebrity
to voice your opinion. It's going toward the tech and the quality
of
the item.
He can use the name Roger Federer without using.
Of course he can.
Wow, he doesn't have to pay us.
No, it is a person in the spotlight, and legally you can talk about anyone you want in the public spotlight.
Interesting.
So he's subverting expectations here because of what we've come to know as marketing norms.
And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop-up!
Your grandfather had 1 blade and polio.
Yes.
That's so funny. I remember my dad shaving with 1 blade. It was like the blade that he unscrewed and like put it on and like it was like
just sharpened.
Yeah. Well, my dad never sharpened it, but I remember the 1 blade thing, so that's funny.
The reason that's funny is, and that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to break down why this works. Not just that it does, but like why. And the reason it's funny is because we have been inundated for decades now of shaving tech. Like every commercial I see for a razor, it's like, well, this layer of the razor lifts it up and this one shaves. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care about the facts. Tell me, am I going to feel better? Is it going to hurt afterwards? And like, I have sensitive skin, whatever. Is it going to do something right for me? Tell me the story. Tell me a story. So facts aren't going to sell this.
I remember for like, females shaving and Venus and all that stuff. It's like there's
still
only
to this day.
Yes, there's only so many blades you can have, But then they had to go one further. It's like now they're lubricating the head of So
they've been doing that for years.
I know, but now they have like the super duper one where you don't even need any like external lubrication. It's built in and it's like this thick and with the blades and all. So I'm like, I fell into all that. I spent all the money and I still end up going back to like the same thing that works in the end.
Something I'll bring up on another episode when we go down it, but Venus, you brought it up. The only shaving commercial I've ever heard use the word pubic hair. And I am 100% on board with that brand because of that.
I didn't know that, actually.
If you're on Hulu right now, this era, July 2024, they have a commercial airing on Hulu. And I'm like, that's really cool. And then they cut to the male version, like the same company. And it's like, oh, it shaves everywhere you want. I'm like, you just say it. Just say it and get me on board. But that's another topic for another time because I do want to dive down that.
I'm sorry. I do like the bushes in front of the bushes. Like, I don't know if you ever saw that commercial.
No.
They literally have...
We'll definitely go down.
Okay,
down
sorry.
Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you.
I'm sorry. I love that he like cuts the tape with a fucking machete. It's like, that's such a WTF moment.
So why does it work? Like, yes, it's funny.
Because it's unexpected.
Okay.
Because it's outrageous, because it's unnecessary.
It's unnecessary.
And it's attention getting.
Because you are shifting, you are using a dichotomic device by saying something that we all know. And what you do in marketing, the number one thing is solve a problem, right?
Right.
Your customer has a problem. Here's how to solve it. You forgot to buy razors this month. We solve that problem.
Yeah.
You just get it. Okay. What he's saying is solving the problem, and then visually at the same time, shifting the paradigm to, if you don't listen to a word I'm saying, it's still funny as hell.
It's going to get your attention.
It's still getting your attention. And in marketing, cutting through the noise is one of the best things you can possibly do. And that's what you're doing. You're getting people to stop and pay attention.
I was telling you the other day that I watch commercials on mute because I watch Tubi. And I'm like, I'm paying attention to what the commercial's saying silently to me because I'm not listening to that. That would get my attention.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Okay. And the fact that he does the machete is hilarious because it's over the top.
And then I saw a bear pop up and I'm like, I want to know what's with the bear.
Right. So it creates mythos. You know, you can add too much to your commercials, your marketing very easily. But if you add it in small sprinkles.
And you have the right story to tie it all together.
We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay.
What are you doing now? Working.
In a time period where people were worried about their jobs. This was right after 2008. This is one of the worst recessions in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Or at least my lifetime. It was a scary time. And here you are proving, not only are you saying, hey, we have people working for you, but you're proving that the job and the brand, the brand is stable. That if you sign up with us, we're not going to go away next month. That we're going to be here for the long haul.
Not only that, but we're creating jobs for the people that didn't have
economy.
it. You know, like now I have a job. Like that was funny. The way they're telling me that they're doing something positive for the economy without shoving it down my throat and still being entertaining.
Good point. Good point.
So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
Okay, I got to stop before the music starts because we will get dinged. I found that song. I bought it on iTunes, because this came out in 2012.
Okay.
I bought it on iTunes, and I have been rocking that song in my car ever since.
Are
for
you
12
serious?
years. I love that song so much. We like to party. The end again is kind of goofy, but what they're doing is they're saying their name again. They're investing the idea in your head.
You do not leave this commercial not knowing what the brand is.
Yeah, right. You know the name.
And the fact that he's saying it while he's like changing the background. It's like American flag. I'm like, okay, attention getting, but it also tells me they're made in America. And the big bear says, we don't take ourselves too seriously. We like to have fun, you know? So I'm totally on board with this.
And this makes me feel like, again, not only someone that I can possibly trust with my subscription base, because at this time, subscriptions were out there, but were they as prevalent as they are now? And you are down to earth, you're fun, and not only do I get your message, I really get the message of this, but I want to watch a commercial again.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the beginning and have fun with it.
Yeah.
A commercial.
It's like a mini movie. Like I'm entertained.
I'm entertained.
And the amount of people I heard you talk about this brand to,
Yeah,
it's just like, and I never get bored about hearing it either. Just like the kid with the keychain and the car.
He is the CEO. He's one of the founders.
Okay.
He's one of the co-founders, right? He's one of the owners of the business. Does it work with him as the spokesperson?
Yes, 100%.
Why?
Because he's charismatic enough to be on camera and come off as believable, entertaining, humorous, trustworthy, and funny all at the same time.
Yeah, I mean that was exactly spot on.
Okay.
Yeah, like again, I don't just want to buy from him.
Yeah.
I want to hang out with him.
Like, that's it. He's not trying to sell me.
No,
it's just
no.
like, here's information. Take it or leave it. I'm still going to be funny. I'm still going to be me.
Which is a really good point to bring us into your marketing here.
Okay.
And what I'm most interested in, and literally did not expect this before today started.
What?
How similar this commercial and your commercial is. It's pretty shocking.
I guess. I didn't really think of it, but now that I saw yours,
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. I think it was like one of these pop-up ads or whatever, and I usually navigate away, you
Okay.
know, but when a guy is naked in a bathtub, should I just let it play? So this is for Drops brand washings, for like washing clothes
Laundry
and stuff.
detergent.
Laundry detergent, that's right. So the thing about it is so they're very environmentally friendly and all natural.
Right.
And that's why he's naked, because he's sitting in the detergent that he's selling.
So walk us through it.
All right, here we go. And he's literally naked, and I can't even believe it.
I'm Jonathan Proper, CEO of Drops.com, and I'm here to give you the naked truth about laundry. Size does not matter when it comes to laundry. Let's start with jugs.
So the fact
There's
that
a
he's,
lot to go
I
into
know.
right now.
So the fact that he says size does not matter, okay, pause, when it comes to laundry, and then this giant,
Let's talk about jugs.
jugs,
Yeah.
so it's such a fun double entendre.
It's a double entendre
I-
for breasts and size of penises.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, okay, this guy is bold enough not only to be naked, but
Right.
to like put his brand out there on such a, risque level, I guess.
It could be risque.
Yes.
And let's talk about the very, very beginning. The first thing you see is a middle-aged man, presumably naked,
Yes.
in a bathtub.
Yes.
And for years and years and years and years, the rule of thumb is you never showed anyone in the bathroom. It wasn't until like the 50s or 60s when
yeah.
you start the first toilet on
Yeah,
TV.
exactly. Because it's not proper.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And also the fact that he's not like hot, he's literally like,
Yes.
he's got a dad bod,
Yes.
It's like he's balding, he's middle aged, he's like Joe next door, like he's not a model.
So with that in mind, I am immediately more trusting of him.
Yes, exactly.
I am willing to listen to him more than someone who's like model-esque sitting inside of a
Yes.
bathtub.
100%.
Let's start with jugs. It's big, all right, messy too, and expensive. You know why? Lots of plastic, lots of water, shipped all over the country, from factory to warehouse to retailer. That's what you're paying for. It's a dinosaur, and we all know dinosaurs are extinct.
What he's saying here is he's giving you this information, right? He's giving you these facts. He's giving you A, B, C, D, just like Dollar Shave Club. But he's doing it in an entertaining manner. The music in the background is super like cartoon lighthearted that we're transfixed. We were watching, but they're breaking up the monotony of the information with gags.
Yes, like the dinosaur, like,
Right.
like dinosaurs are extinct. And then they show a dinosaur. It's like, what? But it all makes sense.
It's silly and random and like meme type of generation advertising that is, it can be annoying. If you do this too much, like if you were to do that in every commercial, I would instantly check
Yeah.
out. I
Yeah.
wouldn't care. But because it's so random, it's kind of like in a movie when if in like a very dark scene, and then the next scene is going to be bright light. It shows like the sky or just white. That's literally done to wake you up, that to shift your mindset. And what it's doing here is like you have about 8 to 10 seconds of yes, this is information. I am giving it in a very droll manner. And then they do that thing and it wakes you up and go, oh, okay, I'm back on board because not only am I learning, but now I'm giggling at it.
Yeah.
So yeah, fantastic.
All right, let's see what happens after the dinosaur.
Meet our imitators. This is your average detergent pod. It has 20 plus chemicals with names nobody can pronounce.
So this is the part that got me when he
The
put
first
up,
time you watched it?
The first time I watched
Okay.
it, when I'm like, oh, not only is it like, oh, this is a big waste of, time, energy, environment, like, oh, here's all the chemicals I didn't think about that's in my current giant detergent.
I've never thought about it.
I'm like, yeah, all the good smells we love, but I'm like, what's all this garbage I'm putting in my body, on
Right.
my body, in my clothes, in the water, in the environment? So suddenly he's educating me and I'm fascinated. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't even think about this.
I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of saying like, well, if you don't think about all the chemicals you're putting in your body, that's wrong. And no, you can do whatever you want.
No, but for me, it's important.
But for
So
you,
is
it's
it important to you?
That's it.
Yeah.
Or maybe parents or something else like, oh, maybe we should look at what is actually in our laundry detergent, that things we take for granted. And
Yeah.
like I said, I never thought about that once until 50 words came up on a screen for a guy naked in the bathtub.
Yep.
And it made me go, what have I been putting on my body this whole time?
Exactly. And immediately, like, I think at this point is when he had me sold.
That was your sale
Yeah,
point?
that was it. That
No
was
kidding.
it. Yeah. Because I'm like, the environment is one thing. Okay.
Yeah,
Like, yes,
yeah.
I concern, but I'm like, more than what's out there. It's like what's in my house.
And your family.
What's in my family's clothes. What's on their skin.
Right,
And the
right,
skin
right.
is like what the biggest organ in your body. So like that's going to absorb all that garbage that I don't want in there.
That's a good
That I
point.
didn't know was in there.
And now they're telling you very easily, like we just extrapolated 2 minutes of information in 3 seconds of
Yep.
marketing time. You don't need to over explain things.
No.
You need to show it.
Yep.
You need to hit it home.
Yep.
And he's hitting it home by over examining
Like
how many words.
I don't know what any of those things are on there,
doesn't
and
matter.
I do not care.
And
I just
you
know
didn't-
that I
you
don't want
didn't-
it anywhere near me.
Exactly. And you didn't pause it to read them all.
Nope.
You just know,
Yep.
or we assume,
Yes.
that most detergents have all these things. So by throwing something out there, this mass amount of information very quickly
Yep.
and overwhelmingly, that's how you scare your audience into going, what have I been doing?
And that's okay, because then I thought about it later, because then I actually went on their website and then I started looking. I'm like, oh yeah, like I actually did check the ingredients to make sure that they're not lying to me, because it is just a commercial to get my attention. So I get
Right.
it. So then it just encouraged me to do more research on my own to see like, okay, is this legit?
That's
So I went on
interesting.
Amazon and,
you
list
did?
all the ingredients
Okay.
and then you'll see the reviews and everything. So I did do further research, but this prompted me to do so.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what else the naked man has for us.
Nice colors. I hope they don't stain. I know color doesn't clean. Would you take a bath in either of these? No way. That's why we developed Drops. Drops is dye-free, MPE-free, phosphate-free, animal cruelty-free. So free, it's freaking awesome.
Pause it.
I love that. It's so free. It's freaking awesome. Like the play on words, so all the, like, it doesn't have all the shit that you don't want in there,
Right, right,
and the
right.
fact that it's cruelty free, I'm all about
Yeah,
like
yeah,
animals. So
absolutely.
they don't test on animals. It's like, I assume that they tested it on this guy and he's sitting there in his, drops detergent.
That's what he's showing. Is he's literally throwing them in the water with
so
them.
I'm like, if he can sit, with his man parts in this thing that he's selling, it's okay for me.
Right.
Like,
And I
that had
think
me convinced.
That's social proof right there. That's showing I am proving it by doing this. What I want to call out is, because there's a lot of things happening in this very quickly. When they say that's why we introduced drops, there's a music sign. It goes "dur-dur-dur," like a little trumpet. And that echoes that emphasizes our focus on that. So literally the branding and the logo becomes heroic in that time frame. You are building up, and that's why we introduced drops.
Da-da-da-da.
And the way he phrased it, the pausing is like, that's why we introduced drops. It's like, whoa, this is cool. And then da-da-da is, but it's done kind of cheesily. It's done like a 1960s cartoon.
But it's still attention getting,
But
because
it's attention getting.
because they're not shoving it down your throat.
That's
like
it.
it's not like buy me because I'm so great.
Correct.
It's like they're giving you the option to buy or
Here's
not
why
buy.
it's cool.
Yes. In the meantime, I'm going to entertain you and inform you.
That's it.
We make drops with only 6 safe ingredients, certified by the EPA. Drops is tough on dirt, but gentle enough for a baby's skin. It's so gentle, I'm taking a bath in it.
I don't know about any other detergent being certified by the EPA, and if they are, I never heard about it.
There's this thing called the Ivory Rule, okay, or the Rule of Ivory, whatever. And back in the early marketing days of Ivory soap, they proposed that it's so good for you. It's so like, what was the number?
99.44% pure.
Oh shit!
That was the commercial.
That was
yeah.
99.44.
44.
Like, is that accurate?
It's so pure, it floats.
It's so pure it floats. So that's what they quoted,
Yeah.
right? And one of the rules of advertising is if you can be the first to say something, that's called anchoring. Okay. As soon as you anchor in your audience, they're going to remember that thing. Okay.
Because now it's decades later and I am still using fucking Ivory soap right now.
Because it's so good, it floats.
Yeah.
Almost all soap
It's so
floats.
pure it floats.
So pure it floats. Almost all soap floats.
Yes.
But no one else said it.
Ivory said it
That's
first.
anchoring.
And that became part of their
And-
advertising.
Correct. I mean, that's brilliant because then people go, well, it floats.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, so does 30 other brands.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. They said it
They
first.
were the first ones.
I have never once heard a laundry detergent say we are EPA certified.
They're the first one.
I've never heard one.
No.
It doesn't matter if the other ones are.
Yes. They said it
They
first.
said it, at least to my knowledge. I don't know if they said it first, but it doesn't matter.
In my recent memory, yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
So I think that's super important.
Agreed.
And comparison real quick to my commercial, had a baby. So gentle, even a baby could like swim in it. They're emphasizing the baby part, like simple and safe.
Yes. I didn't know he mentioned baby.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to listen to it again. Okay.
It's so gentle, I'm taking a bath in it. Doing laundry with drops is hard to up. 1 drop equals 1 load.
I love that.
All right.
Okay. When he said I'm taking a bath in it, I was like, that's it. Like, I almost lost my mind. I'm like,
Yeah.
who the hell wants to sit in laundry detergent?
As well as a CEO
Yes.
of the business. Correct.
Yes. So I was so impressed at this point. I was like beyond sold. I was like excited to try it. I'm like, I don't want to sit in it, but hell, I'm going to buy it for
Yes.
my family. Yes.
Also, he swore and they beeped it out. This is becoming eerily similar to the Dollar Shave Club the Vime theme, whatever.
Yeah.
What that shows is there are no ideas created in a vacuum. Okay. I think so many people out there, so many businesses are like, well, how do I be original? It's like, you don't have to be. You don't have to be completely original all the time. You know, see what works best for your brand and then how you can talk to your audience like that.
I think it's more important to be authentic than
Correct.
original.
100%.
Yes.
And like, let's be honest, the same people who like Dollar Shave Club are probably going to like
Yes.
this
Yes.
as well.
Yes. Same target market.
they know their audience.
They do. They do.
Now, can we talk about my package? 100% recyclable. Manufacturing drops ourselves and distributing directly helps us cut out the middleman and reduce transportation costs. Hello? What are you saying? The cleanest clothes at the lowest price? You're damn right it's a great deal. Thanks for calling.
I love that. You're damn right. It's a great deal. Like, in case you didn't know, it's also affordable.
Right.
Yeah.
They're, again, facts tell, stories sell. Everything he's saying is facts.
But he's selling it in a story format.
But he's selling it
Yeah.
in a story format.
Yeah.
He is engaging the audience in a very personal, very friendly, very out of the box, very like, what the fuck is going on? And that's awesome because how else do you sell laundry detergent?
I mean, I'm tired of watching people fold clothes over
Oh my God.
like the dryer.
It's so
I'm like,
boring.
yeah. It's like, I'm ready for a middle-aged naked guy. Cool.
Damn right.
Shipping is always free. You choose the product and plan that's right for you, and we'll drop drops at your door. The naked truth is that drops makes laundry better and life easier. Every drops counts, saving money, plastic, water, and time. So go to drops.com.
I didn't even notice until now that at the end he actually has clothes on.
Oh my God. To be honest,
Yeah.
I've probably watched this a dozen times.
I haven't.
I have never seen him in close
and then
before.
it was a nice touch that like the stars and the Google reviews like came up, like
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
got,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
right there. How many?
And-
50 million drops, 50, that's 50 million plus drops sold. And then it says 5 stars, just about everyone.
Just about everyone. Again,
That's funny.
having fun.
That's
fun
funny.
with it.
I love that.
And the thing about humor is there's a fine line between being funny
Mm-hmm.
and trying to be funny.
Mm.
When you try and be funny, oftentimes people fail. And don't try and be funny. If you're naturally funny, just be yourself.
Yeah.
All right? Just be Hilda.
Yeah.
If
Like, I believe that this...
I don't know if he is or not.
But here's the thing. Even if this was all written for him,
Yes.
the fact that he can pull it off
That's
as
it.
flawlessly as he did leads me to believe that he is a funny person.
That's where I want exactly where I want to go with this. Fucking perfect. While I think Dollar Shave Club
Mm-hmm.
is a funny guy, his delivery is so damn good.
Yes.
The timing is so damn
Yes.
good. Drops
Mm-hmm.
timing is a little bit more in the editing.
But he feels awkward, but
Yes.
I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but it doesn't matter.
No, that's exactly what I was about to say. Is while Dollar Shave Club is good timing,
Mm-hmm.
good presentation, good on camera, this guy is super awkward.
Yeah.
He's super stale, monotone.
Yes.
But it works because of the other elements you're putting in at the same time.
And you said that's done in editing?
Well, I mean, you have the script,
Mm-hmm.
you have the story, you have the overall story, you have the mood of the piece,
Mm.
you have the tonality of the piece, you have the editing, how things are edited at certain times, and then you have the sound effects and the graphics and all this other
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
that
that's
having that deadpan works only because you have everything else.
Got it. So like the cartoonish sounds and
Yes.
like the
well, I mean that's just like icing on the
Yeah,
cake.
exactly.
But like if you don't have the good script, if you don't have the good tonality throughout the whole piece, like if a dinosaur were to go again and be like, "Oh, you should get drops," you lost me.
No.
It's that randomness that actually cements the humor into
Yes.
it.
But there has to be a flow and a story
Yes.
in order
Well,
for
yes.
the randomness to work.
For the randomness to work, correct.
Yeah, makes sense.
So go to drops.com.
The fact that he's telling me that you're saving water, money,
Right.
and time, I'm like, okay, not only am I helping the environment and all, it's like I'm saving money, water, and
yeah.
I'm like, done. And then there's a cat at the end. I'm like, I
The end is great because it's just a sound effect
Yeah,
gag, okay?
yeah. Like
But-
he threw it and it hit the cat. That's what
Yes.
you're assuming.
the rule when it comes to video is you need to keep them all the way to the end. Okay, that's where your call to action is, and they do a call to action.
Yeah.
It's great. You're saving money, time, water. Buy drops today. Okay.
Yes. And they say the name again at the end.
They
yeah.
drop the name again, and then they do a quick gag, which keeps your attention, so you keep wondering what's going to happen next. So he throws the drop, cat sound effect that we've heard 1,000 times
Yeah,
in movies.
yeah.
And then it cuts to the name, and literally you just want to kind of sit there and digest what you just watched.
And I'm sitting there wondering if there's anything else coming.
Yes, because everything unexpected has happened, I will stay there till the end.
Yeah. And then you just keep looking at the name the whole
And
time.
you stay on the name,
Yeah.
you stay on the
Yeah.
branding.
That's
and it
freaking
just
genius.
cements it into you. Why do these two videos work so well?
Because they're entertaining and funny and deliver the message without beating me over the head with it.
They're not trying to make the sale.
Yes.
And I think
They're
that's
selling without
pretty big.
selling, which
they're selling
is-
without selling.
yeah.
Which is one of your best ways to sell because literally you are telling your audience, here's all the information, and you're
That's
making
it.
them make the
That's
decision.
it. Here's information. You decide whether or not you want to keep buying Tide
that's it.
or, Venus or whatever, or, save the environment and
Or
save
Dollar
money.
Shave Club. Yeah. It's you're doing it fun, engaging, and then being the CEO isn't the draw point to it. It's just that you're awesome on camera and it works for your
Not
benefit.
only that, the fact that the CEO is willing to put themselves out there,
Yes,
it
thank
tells
you.
me something about that company.
Yes.
Like, I'm not afraid to put my face out there and be naked or just be on camera or,
Right.
like exactly a gag. Like I'm willing to embarrass myself in order to prove to you how good my product is.
Good point.
That's the way I see it.
Good point. Okay, so now we're going to, and I'm going to precurse with this.
Yeah.
We're not going to watch the whole thing because it's 4 minutes long.
Oh, geez.
And you will get the point really quick. This is a less than stellar example of the same thing we just watched. This is a CEO or a business owner of the business being the spokesperson and telling you facts about the product.
But
Now-
without the story.
But without the story. So let's dive in and let's see the difference.
Oh, boy.
Hey everyone, Brian from Hank's Belts here today. We have quite a few people asked for me to do a video on our Premier Belt. Now this is the Premier Belt. This is the Premier Belt in the Hank's lines. It's not for everybody. Gonna warn you right up front. This is the thickest belt in our line. It is extra thick, but it uses the highest quality leather, and it's just it's one of the first thick belts that we made, and it's just phenomenal.
To be honest, I've probably watched this a dozen times to like giggle at it and to take notes. I do not remember the name Premier at all. That's kind of funny. The only reason-
Premier? I thought it was Hank's Belts.
There we go. Okay, let's dive back in.
Okay.
Okay, so let me show you the Premier Belt up here close. Comes in 4 great colors. We got butter, we got oak wood, my favorite, though it's not the best seller, the cherry wood, and then we have Bristol black.
Here's what I think. They didn't have a script.
No, he just made it up. 100%.
They had a camera and they said, hey, just talk about your
Yeah.
belts.
Yeah.
And the problem is as a business owner, it's extremely easy to fall into, here's why what I make or what I do is so awesome. Because you live and breathe whatever you do.
Yep.
And you want to talk about all these awesome the details that no one gives a shit about. And that's detrimental. So let's compare and contrast just so far
Okay.
with Dollar Shave Club drops and now Hank's Belts. Dollar Shave Club and drops both introduced us through not only good delivery, good shots.
It was immediately attention getting.
Immediately.
Yes.
Both of them the owners.
Yep.
You know, I don't.
And there was either movement from them or camera movement.
There
So
was
I was
movement.
entertained somewhat.
Or you are engaged
Yes.
more. Camera movement will keep you engaged longer than a static shot. This is why if you ever notice those long shots in movies, most of them are moving the camera because you get bored. Like your brain
Yes.
gets very bored very quick.
Yes.
So there was movement. Excellent eyesight with that. There was movement, and then there's editing. It's cutting from one thing to the next. But before you cut from one thing to the next, there's a gag. Not a gag as in a joke, but
Yeah.
a gag as in a staple point. This is what you should remember.
Yeah.
Are our blades good? No. They're fucking great. Boom. Cut.
Yeah.
Today I want to talk to you about my jugs. Boom. Okay? Let's zoom in and look at these belts.
Yeah. Yeah. There is no boom.
So the issue here is not that it's the CEO, the CEO or founder.
It's not
It's
him
not-
or the product
right.
he's selling
You and I could sit down with Hank
and learn about his story and the
yes,
belts
that's
and
it.
why he started making it and what makes it special and how long they last and
all the
these,
details
yes.
that don't matter, but they matter to the buyer after they buy it.
Yes. Or it matters to the story if you're trying
Correct.
to get people to
so
buy it.
drops and Dollar Shave Club were littered with details. They were littered with facts. Fact this, fact this, right? But how it was presented is epically differently. The difference is Dollar Shave Club and drops both gave you a 5-course 4-star Michelin meal.
Yes.
Okay. You ate it up. You wanted more. You wanted to watch it again,
Yes.
even though it's a commercial.
Yes.
This is a Lunchable designed by White Castle. And
That's
because of
excellent.
that, it will speak to someone. Okay. Someone will look at that and go, man, that's awesome. That speaks to me. But you will never reach near the audience. I used to share Dollar Shave Club to my friends, not because of the company, but because of the commercial.
Yes.
And if you have me watching a commercial for fun,
Yeah, remember I
That's the dream.
sent you the Drops commercial. I'm like,
not because of Drops.
no, I'm like, look at the CEO. He's naked in the
Right.
tub. I was shocked.
And again, like as you go into that commercial, that's like the smallest part of the whole thing. It keeps getting better. It keeps getting more
and then
interesting.
he has clothes on, and I didn't even notice that until today.
So Hanks, I'm going to spare you from watching the rest of
Okay.
it. All these links are down in the description below. Please feel free to take your time and watch them. But this doesn't go anywhere. It just goes back and forth, and it tells you the facts about it. And I'm done. I'm lost. You know, this is what I always say about selling a mop.
Yeah.
You know, you don't sell the mop based on the tech of the mop. You sell the mop based on the story about why it's going to make my life better.
Tell the brief story about how you would sell a mop, though. What would you show? Because I love that.
So, you can sell a mop by facts, saying, you know, the top of the head is angled at a certain way to scrape up the dirt and mop up the dirt around it. And, you know, like the handle is ergonomic, and I can already see Hilda falling asleep
Yeah.
while I'm doing this. Or you can tell a quick story showing a child on the floor playing with Legos, eating a sandwich, and like something falls out of the sandwich and he picks it up and eats it. And then you cut to the mom having tea with a friend going, oh, don't worry about it. I used the glow mop, whatever. And then you just cuts to the mop, and it's like,
Sold. Like,
Done.
I don't care how much it cost. I'm running to the store now because I need that mop to save my child from death.
you told me what it does without telling me
Yep.
to buy it or really
Yeah.
what it does. You are showing.
Because you got me at the heartstrings. You got me. I'm like,
Through a
oh
story.
my God, the story. Like,
Right.
my child is going to be safe because of this mop.
Now, in a real commercial, I would probably show the parent. I don't want to be sexist. Like it can be, you know,
Yes,
anybody.
mom or dad.
But they can be mopping up after as the kid walks away and be like, oh, my little whippersnapper. Just because, you know, like keeping it clean for the next time. Cool. Now we see it in motion.
Yeah.
We get the brand identity,
Yeah.
blah, blah. But
The whole belt thing, it's like you need more to the story than the thing that you're selling.
Right.
Like
Right.
you need to engage people. You need to get their attention. Like, what is it? The first 6 seconds, you know?
First 6 seconds
Yeah, so
needs
it's
to hook
like
you.
we went like 20, 30 seconds into the belt guy and we're like crying already.
now
like,
tell me if about Drops, but in the Dollar Shave Club, the first 6 seconds is literally the elevator pitch. I told you in 6 seconds, I can walk away from that commercial and tell you exactly who they are and what they do. Drops, I think, is a little bit longer, but it's very similar.
It gets there quickly.
You know who the brand is, you know what they do, and you know why it's important in 6 seconds. Now, let's have some fun. Hank sounds like they hit record and he wasn't ready to go.
Yeah.
Instead of just stopping record and doing it again.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Because I didn't watch this on YouTube the first time I saw it. It was a commercial. It was a commercial on something I was watching.
This whole thing was like, oh
and you know,
my.
like how you can skip it after like 30 seconds or something like
Yeah.
that. But I'm watching this. I'm like, when is this? Like, what happened? Did I switch programs? And I had no idea. I thought my wife was punking me. I thought she was messing with me. And I'm just watching this. I'm like, I have to watch this whole thing because I hate it so much. And you get to the end, you're like, where's my cookie? I worked for this. I worked to get through this. Where's my reward?
Oh my God, that's funny.
And it just shook me. It shocked me. So
That not only would somebody make this, film it, but fucking pay money
that's
to
it.
advertise it. Oh my God, that's
is to spend the
painful.
money on advertising.
Yeah.
Now, if you're making content just to make content,
Cool.
oh, do it. And do it in droves. Do
Yeah.
it authentically.
Yeah.
And maybe there's an audience for
Like
this.
if
I
this
don't
was
know.
on their YouTube channel, absolutely.
Yeah,
Here's
right.
a demonstration of
And-
the amazingness that we sell. Cool.
Bingo.
Fucking go for it. But to pay money to show this to people that don't know your brand,
Right.
oh my, that's not cool.
So, but again, I don't want to talk now about them
yeah.
because I don't know the brand.
Yeah.
I did not do enough research, and I don't own one.
It
so
doesn't make a good impression.
it doesn't make a good
It
impression.
doesn't.
And so much so that I don't want one. You know, but again, it's not about bad marketing. It's about knowing who your audience is and how they're going to take
Yes.
it.
Yes.
So if you are aiming, like if that's who their audience is, if that's who their buyer persona is, awesome.
Yep.
They got it.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I'm never going to talk down about that if you go into your project knowing certain things.
Exactly.
But if they're trying to do the same thing, it's like, hey, look at Dollar Shave Club or look at Drops or look at a myriad of other companies that are doing the same thing, and you be the CEO and talk about it because it's your baby.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Yep.
And it can be better. It can be so much better, but you just need to put a little time and effort into it.
And kudos to the CEOs that can do this and pull it off. But you don't have to do this just because you're a CEO. Right. You might not be the right person just because you're the CEO.
And that's the big takeaway is it's very easy for the owners of the business to say, hey, this is my baby. This is what I do because I have a lot of passion about it and I can speak to it. Let's be honest. If we're going to do a commercial for EO7, I might be the spokesperson.
Yes.
Because I can talk about this. But the problem is I can talk about it ad nauseum.
Yes. And I am here to stop you.
And I don't know how to edit myself. So I would not be the right person because our target market are business owners. And business owners don't have time for bullshit. They want they want to get to what's important to them.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So I know I would not be the good spokesperson for it.
Unless you edited yourself.
Or if you put me in a conference where I have their undivided attention, then I could rock it.
Definitely.
Or a podcast, hopefully.
Definitely.
But I will say kudos to anyone who puts themselves out there.
Yes.
Period.
The fact that he made a YouTube video, he's still ahead of the people who didn't.
He's still ahead of the people who don't or won't or are afraid to.
Yes.
And it is scary to be up there. But it's even more scarier to say, I'm the head of this organization. Here's my baby. Judge me.
Yes.
It's a harsh thing to do.
Yes.
So kudos to those people, like wholeheartedly.
Yes.
But understand what your brand is. Understand who your target market is.
Yes. And I think just if he asked himself those two questions and did a little tweaking, that might be a whole different commercial.
I think so too.
He didn't have to spend $5 million like the other guys did. Absolutely not.
That's the thing. That's the takeaway here is the other two, I don't think were very expensive.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm trying to think like what we would charge for the Dollar Shave Club would probably be about a 10 to 12 person crew.
Okay.
Okay. It would probably take a maximum of 2 days to shoot.
Okay.
More than likely 1 day.
Okay.
But to really get it right, I would take 2 days.
With the kid and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And having a script makes the editing pretty simple. So you can
Instead of just winging it.
And I'm thinking Drops, that's probably a 1 to 2 day shoot. Again, scripted. So I know what's going to be needed. Maybe 10 per person crew for that one.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of props or special effects or anything.
No, so maybe 10 to 12. I would think Drops would have more people. There's more locations and there's more things to worry about.
Gotcha.
That's not that expensive.
Okay.
You're probably looking between $40,000 and $70,000.
Really?
For
That's
each of those.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I mean they could be more depending on the company.
Okay.
But probably be about 70,000, maybe 100 at the max.
Okay, let's say 100 max.
But not $1 million.
No.
And I think when people hear $1 million, like that's a lot of money. When it comes down to it, $10 million movie is called a micro budget.
I know, that's ridiculous.
Because you can't do anything for that money. You can do barely anything.
Yeah.
This is micro. It is small, especially compared to like a commercial, like a Toyota car commercial that is easily 500,000 plus, right?
Right.
This is not.
Okay.
It's good writing, good direction, good storytelling.
Okay.
And that's what's going to trump you up over everything else.
That's right there, the basis pretty much for anything you want to sell, right? Good
Bingo.
writing, good storytelling. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
cool.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. If you like this, leave a comment. We're really excited to hear what you would like us to talk about. Are there any kind of aspects of marketing that you would find interesting that we can dissect? We watch a lot of stuff.
Also, if they have any fun commercials that they want to show us, just drop the link below.
Oh, please. If either it's a commercial that you like or a commercial that it's like your company, we would love to break it down and
Yeah, we'd love to see new things and talk about
I
it.
would love to see new
Yes.
things and talk about it. Yeah. So today you got to watch some really cool examples of storytelling in marketing. In this video, I dive a little bit deeper into facts tell, stories sell, and why that's so important. Or you can check out this video right here where I talk about how you can be more comfortable in front of the camera, some tips and tricks that might help you really sell your story.
I got all